Well, hello. This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast for the 28th of May, 2014. How are you today? Are you doing good? I mean, you woke up. That's a good sign, isn't it? You woke up. That's always good. When you wake up, it's awesome. It's only when you look in the mirror, you kind of have to question reality a little bit. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I don't. I mean, what do? You know, I woke up this morning, looked in the mirror, and I turned, I just turned the light off and left. It was enough. Hey, having one of those days today, and I just want to make sure that y'all get the word out that there's a problem in our country, and it's the total and absolute corruption of Washington, D.C., which is literally tearing apart the rest of the United States. Okay, the ways that we do things is one thing. We, the people, we know what we're doing. We have everything under control. We know what goes on. We have certain things happening. But yet again, the government seems to think that they know better than we do. And they don't, obviously. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show on Facebook. Check that out. Go to Free America Radio on Facebook. Check that out. Lots of stuff to talk about on this Wednesday, the 28th of May, 2014. Now, the question for you is this. You find yourself watching this, what's called the mainstream media. You catch yourself listening to what they say. But do you really understand it? And that's my question. Do you understand what neuro-linguistic programming is? Do you understand how their psychological operations are when it comes to the mainstream news? Do you really understand any of it? If you did, you would know that your state-run media is lying to you through their teeth at every opportunity, and they're just reading the scripts from their controllers that they put there on the teleprompter. And pretty much the one thing that I've realized in my research of all these people is the fact that they're going to lie to you. They're not going to tell you the truth. Why should they? Why should they tell you the truth? I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway, right? What difference does it really, what difference at this point does it make? Well, listen up, Hillary. It makes a difference to the American people, and the American people know what we're doing. We do it quite well. We've done it for hundreds of years without involvement in government, from government. And I can tell you right now, it's going to continue. And it's going to come to a point where the American people, the citizens of the United States, born and raised here, not the ones that have naturalized or came here for illegally, but the citizens of the United States are just going to step up and say enough's enough. Enough's enough. We've had it. As far as I'm concerned, we can cut Washington, D.C. off and throw it into the Atlantic. Free America Radio at USA is the email. The WayneSPierceShow.weebly.com is the website. Please check it out. And I shall return right after this. Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. Listen to the views expressed live on the Free America Radio Network. Broadcasting live on WakingUpTheMasses.com and 1610 AM in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. Tune into the Views Expressed live Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Free America Radio Network. For more information, go to freeamericaradio.us.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas. half a pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Do you wear your sunglasses at night? Well, maybe you do some other crazy things too. Why not add The Sandy Fox Show to your list? You can find me on Spreaker.com, Icecast.org, and TuneIn.com. Fox out.
I wear my sunglasses at night so I can watch you weave and breathe your storyline.
Hey folks, welcome back. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast. Not going to have a live show today, just going to do a podcast, and I got so much stuff going on, it's just incredible sometimes. It's basically took a little mini vacation and got behind on a lot of stuff, so you can probably relate to that. The fact of the matter is, folks, is that America is falling apart. When I was on my mini vacation, I looked around and I saw, and I'm going to tell it like it is, people are completely oblivious as to what's going on. People are oblivious as to what's going on. It's just, it's incredible. I mean, yeah. Parents, if one of your kids were in trouble, wouldn't you be there to want to help them get out of it? I'm just saying, it's, I'm just, yeah, I mean, you'd be right there making sure that your kid didn't get hurt or whatever, that's the thing. One of the questions I have for you parents, speaking of which, as I look for something here, is on the Free America Radio Facebook page. One of the questions I have for parents out there is, your kids are your life. At least that's what you say. And if they're your life, don't you think that the education of your children should be your responsibility? Why send them to these governmental indoctrination institutes? It doesn't, I mean, you want them brainwashed? Are you out of your mind? Now, I want to say this. There was a lot of information over the years that I found that was, well, let's put it this way, questionable. And the facts behind those things were questionable, or what was being alleged to be facts. And when you come across certain things and you question those certain things and you begin to look for answers, sometimes the answers are going to be, they're going to lead to distractions. They're going to lead to areas that really aren't going to give you the answers. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a distraction, disinformation type of situation. And you're going to be misinformed. So I try to, within the best of my ability, to try to find the facts. And other people will always come up and say, well, that's not true. Really? 1 + 1 isn't 2? Tell me what it is. So, I mean, that kind of thing. So I came across this meme. It's on Free America Radio Facebook page. And it says, there is no Al-Qaeda. The so-called Al-Qaeda that we see are actually Jarhees along with, or Karjees or something, I don't know, Kharjees, along with Mossad, CIA, and raw-led and trained mercenary gangs like TTP, who pose as Islamic jihadists and create justification for global information war and propaganda to launch a new war against another Muslim country. And it says here, quote, the truth is there is no Islamic army or terrorist group called Al-Qaeda, and any informed intelligent officer knows this. But there is a propaganda campaign to make the public believe in the presence of an identified entity representing the devil only in order to drive TV watchers to accept the unified international leadership for a war against terrorism. The country behind this propaganda is the U.S., and that was said by former British Foreign Secretary Robin Cook, Inter-Services Intelligence. He died while hiking in the Scottish Highlands, very mysteriously. And somebody put here, let's see, I got to scroll on down here. You click on the picture and you go over to the right and you see that there's a whole bunch of comments made by a lot of people. And I'm not going to go into all of it, but I will say that one person here says, here's a comment. One person here says that stories on Al-Qaeda have filled the pages for many newspapers in recent years, yet there are those who say the group doesn't exist at all. They're an invention of the U.S. government designed to keep the population frightened and ensure they accept higher military spending, some suggest. But where's the evidence to support their claims? Okay. And another one said here, another commenter of the picture said here, Robin Cook, the most high-level source used to support the Al-Qaeda doesn't exist claim comes from former British Foreign Secretary Robin Cook, or at least that's what you might be told. Shortly before his untimely death, former British Foreign Secretary Robin Cook told the House of Commons that Al-Qaeda is not really a terrorist group, but a database of international mujahideen and arms smugglers used by the CIA and Saudis to funnel guerrillas, arms, and money into Soviet-occupied Afghanistan. And there's, a couple of links to prove that as well. Another commenter, actually the same person, commented, said Robin Cook wasn't known for denying Al-Qaeda is a terrorist group as far as we can recall, and searching at Hansard, a record of everything that goes on in Parliament, produced no matches even remotely matching the above claim. The best match we found was this from the Guardian article. Bin Laden was, though, a product of a monumental miscalculation by Western security agencies throughout the 80s. He was armed by the CIA and funded by the Saudis to wage jihad against the Russian occupation of Afghanistan. Al-Qaeda, literally, the database, was originally the computer file of the thousands of mujahideen who were recruited and trained to help with help from the CIA and to defeat the Russians. Inexplicably and with disastrous consequences, it never appears to have occurred to Washington that once Russia was out of the way, bin Laden's organization would turn its attention to the West. The danger now is that the West's current response to the terrorist threat compounds the original error. So long as the struggle against terrorism is conceived as a war that can be won by military means, it is doomed to fail. The more the West emphasizes confrontation, the more it silences moderate voices in the Muslim world who want to speak up for cooperation. Success will only come from isolating the terrorists and denying them support, funds, and recruits, which means focusing more on our common ground with the Muslim world than on what divides us. Now, that is more information against this so-called quote that Robin Cook had said. So there's more information. My point is, and reading that and connecting all of those, is the fact that there's a lot of information out there. I mean, you can go to the picture on Free America Radio Facebook page, click on the picture itself, and you'll see all the comments on the right-hand side. And the facts are the facts. I mean, they're right there. They're right there. There's no way to get around it. There is no, there's no way to deny it at all. Okay? There's no possible explanation as to how a person can deny facts, but there is every explanation to prove that a person is misled by the disinformation. See? So when you have a source, and that source is credible, you tend to believe the information. When that source is proven to be discredited or allegedly discredited, you tend to shy away from any information coming from that person. But here is a key to remember. Not everyone is out to mislead you. Not everyone is out there putting out disinformation. There are certain groups that are paid for by the government to get on social networking and Facebook and any other place they go to instill or to propagate their disinformation in some way, trying to shut down the narrative that would cause the intellectual revolution to begin and it's already begun, but to further that revolution, to change the paradigm of people's thoughts. That is a key. There's always going to be groups of people out there to spread disinformation everywhere. Okay? So we have to identify them, we have to take them, we have to throw them away, we have to discredit them in some way, shape, or form, any way that we can, that we're capable of doing. However we can do that. And we need to make sure they are exposed for who they are. It is, I'm the type of person that says, something's wrong here, and there's someone behind that curtain, and I'll walk up to that curtain and pull the curtain away and show you who's pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. Why? Because I want to know who's feeding me a bunch of bull. I want to know who's treating my fellow man badly. I want to expose them for who they are. That's why Free America Radio Network is the way it is. And it literally is the clarion call, Free America. That is what we want. And that is why I named the network that. Free America Radio Network, because it is on the front line with others to expose these people behind the curtain, to show you who those people are, who are misleading you through their disinformation. And that's just the name of the game, folks. Free America should be your everyday chore. Free America from the tyranny of Washington, D.C. Free America from the suppression and oppression of your city government. Free America is looking at the so-called teachers in your governmental indoctrination institutes that your kids are in and telling them, we're not going this route. Freeing the minds of people. Because as the motto for the Alex Jones Show is, there's a war on for your mind, and that's exactly what it is. There's a war on for your mind. And the more disinformation that the government gives you, and dishes out to you, the more they mislead you, the more that your mind is going to get warped into believing what they're saying. I'm not like that. My family told me to tell the truth all the time. And they also told me that if there was something that you thought was true, to question it. Even holding them accountable. I never had to do that because My mama was raised in a very good family. My daddy was raised in a very good family. And you told the truth. Yeah, when we were kids, we tried to get away with a lot by, lying or misrepresenting certain things or whatever. But when we had the confidence to believe that we were right and telling the truth, we stood up for it. Did we not? And that's what Free America Radio Network does, is we stand up for what is right, for what is true, for what is honest, and we expose those who are lying through their damn teeth. That's the thing. So your support for Free America Radio Network is key if you wish to support us. That is awesome. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Go to freeamericaradio.us. Scroll on down and you'll see a donate button. If you want to sponsor the show in some way or some segment, please do. All you got to do is go to The Wayne S. Pierce Show. Click on, I believe, sponsors page, I think. Let me give you the factual information, shall I? Because I don't want to mislead you at all. All right? Go to the WayneSPierceShow.weebly.com site. Go to sponsors page. And those rates are absolutely, positively chiseled in stone. So I'm not here, to make $1 million. I'm not here to, sell out to the corporate greed of these, other shows like these other shows do. No, I'm just here to keep the website up and the show going. That's it. And if it's not me behind this mic, it's going to be somebody else. Or it's whoever you choose in some other network. And if you believe that what they're doing is right, you support them. Free America Radio Network is here to bash down the door of the elites and expose them for the criminals that they are. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to sell you all kinds of, health products or any number of things or, no. We're just here to expose the criminals in Washington, D.C. for the douchebags they are, and we're going to do it one fact at a time because it's the truth. And whatever I can do to do that and to help you understand what's going on, awesome. I'm willing to stand here and do it. I'm willing to do what it takes to expose these criminals for who they are. And your support of Free America Radio Network can help me do that. Go to freeamericaradio.us. Donate if you'd like. It's down at the bottom of the page. Or if you want to sponsor the Wayne S. Pierce Show, go to the WayneSPierceShow.weebly.com. Go to the sponsors page. And if you have any questions, hey, ask. That's all you got to do. Just ask. Email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. I want to give a big shout out to the one and only Mr. Bob Brutus over at Waking Up the Masses Radio Network. He's got a lot of shows going on over there. Go to wakingupthemasses.com. Email Mr. Bob Brutus over there and ask how you can help him as well. And, of course, Brian Lang over at livetruthradio.com also has a show broadcasted on radio on wakingupthemasses.com. Yes, Live Truth Radio, 12 noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. You got to listen to him, man. Just livetruthradio.com or wakingupthemasses.com and just check out the show. It's just awesome. Go to wakingupthemasses.com and at 12 noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, and you'll hear his show. It's just fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to take a little break here, folks. I'm going to step away for just a moment or a few moments. I shall return. Stick around. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show for the 28th of May, 2014. I shall return right after this. For all you independent artists, musicians, and filmmakers, there is a place for you. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. Eastland Radio Repertory Theater is looking for you. Are you a voice actor? Do you want to hone your abilities? Please send your audition clips to Eastland Radio Theater at USA.com. We are currently looking for voice actors to fill certain character roles in an ongoing radio play in development. Please send your audition clips to Eastland Radio Theater at USA.com.
Lock it on to the best station on the net.
For all you independent artists, musicians, and filmmakers, there is a place for you. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. Whatever the subject you can think of, we talk about it. Come join Diana and Wayne as we discuss whatever it is that is happening in our lives.
Come and listen to Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show. Check it out on Spreaker.com.
Hey folks, welcome back. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show for the 28th of May, 2014. How you doing? Are you rocking it? Are you doing what needs to be done? Hey, great. You want to do more? How about supporting Free America Radio Network? Go to freeamericaradio.us, scroll on down to the bottom of the screen, and you'll see a donate button there. And donate as much as you like. If you'd like to advertise on the Wayne S. Pierce Show, please go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show.weebly.com. Click on the sponsors page. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask. Email me, freeamericaradio@usa.com, freeamericaradio@usa.com. More than happy to answer any questions you have. If it's about advertising, great. If it's about something else, great. Just ask me anything you like. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. It's no big deal. You know. Or if you have something to share and you want to tell me about it. Free America Radio at USA.com. Free America Radio at USA.com. Come join me on the Views Expressed live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll have Nick Tucker from Distorted Reality Radio Network, and we're going to talk about what's happening in the world today. I got to get his take on a few things as well, and he's going to tell you a few things on his radar. So come join us on the Views Expressed live today. For more information, you can go to freeamericaradio.us. freeamericaradio@usa.com is the email address. You can also listen to the Views Express live on wakingupthemasses.com, Spreaker.com, and 1610 in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. I shall return right after this. Waking Up the Masses. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom for your consumption. Waking Up the Masses. News and views concerning the New World Order. Waking Up the Masses. Join Bob Brutus as he pulls back the curtain on the esoteric agenda which has been in play for a millennia. Waking Up the Masses. WakingUpTheMasses.com. Midnight never ends. 4 twisted tales of horror from author Thomas Amo that pay tribute to master writer of the macabre, Rod Serling, and the gothic little saloon where sinister artwork tells the stories in a place known as the Night Gallery. You're invited to join us as we display 4 new original canvases for you to observe and study, each with its own dark story to tell. We ask only that you do not touch the exhibited works, for very frequently they touch back. Midnight Never Ends. Rated for adult horror, 18 years old or older. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show. Yes, Midnight Never Ends by Thomas Amo. Available on the Kindle at Amazon.com. Go check it out. If you liked Night Gallery growing up as a kid like I did, you'll enjoy this. Seriously. That's Midnight Never Ends by Thomas Amo. It's available on the Kindle at Amazon.com. And you can't beat the price, folks. Go check it out. Midnight Never Ends. Go to Amazon.com and search for it there. You'll love the price. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, man. So anyway. Yes, what else is going on in our lovely world today? Well, let's see. We've got the what do we have? I mean, you can see it for yourself. I mean, it's right there in front of your face. And if you can't understand what's going on, something is definitely wrong with you, folks. Go to Free America Radio on Facebook. Harry S. Truman stated this. And some of you folks out there will probably search for it and say he never said this. But here's what Harry S. Truman, President Harry S. Truman said. Quote, "The fundamental basis of this nation's laws was given to Moses on the Mount. If we don't have a proper fundamental moral background, we will finally end up with a totalitarian government which does not believe in the rights of anybody except the state," unquote. Okay, that's what he said. All right. By the way, this week is the Bilderberg meeting in Copenhagen, Denmark, and several reporters, including Dan Dix and Luke Rudowski from Dan Dix from Press TV, Press for Truth TV, and Luke Rudowski from We Are Change, have been arrested. Yes, they're not supposed to film this elitist group that controls everything in the world, but they did anyway, and they got arrested. So they're probably out by now, who knows, I don't know, but you want to call the Danish consulate to have them immediately released, and they are 310-645-0540. That's the Danish consulate. 310-645-0540. 540. Okay. Now, it might not be a big deal to some. Oh, they shouldn't have done it. Really? You want to expose these bastards for what they are. Oh, the Bilderberg group, they just get together and try to, talk and discuss. And no, folks. This has been going on since 1954 when this whole group of 120 nations convened at the Bilderberg Hotel in Sweden. Hello? These people control your life. They control your commerce. They control your taxes. They control what street you drive on. They control your toll roads. They control your businesses. They control everything, including the banking cartel all over the world. And a lot of people don't think so. A lot of people, they sit there and they say, well, none of this exists, and the Bilderberg group is this, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. You're a complete and total idiot if you don't think that there is a shadow government in this United States of America being run by a group of elite people meeting this week in Copenhagen, Denmark. You're a complete buffoon if you don't think this is facts. Okay? I'm telling you, I'm pulling away the curtain. I'm showing you who's pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. Okay? So anyway, let's free Dan Dix and Luke Gradowski, shall we? Now, I read this yesterday. TheGuardian.com had an article about Elliot Rodgers' California shooting spree, further proof that misogyny kills. I read that yesterday. You might want to read that article. It's on Free America Radio on Facebook. Also, White House admits staging fake vaccination operation to gather DNA from the public. Duh. We've known that for years, but now it's being exposed, and the White House went, oop, got our hand caught in a cookie jar. We might as well just tell people what we're doing. You know, we dumbed them down so much. Also, there's a video from, there's a video on Free America Radio. It's WTF, declassified docs reveal genocide caused by chemtrail testing. So you might want to check that out as well. Also, another video by Mark Dice. Elliot Rodgers, Illuminati, MK Ultra, mind control conspiracy exposed. There's that. And also from Pamela Geller, PamelaGeller.com, American Muslim suicide bomber in Syria. Also on Free America Radio on Facebook, treason. Harry Reid killed dozens of House-passed VA reform bills. In other words, he wants all you veterans to die. Okay, that's what Harry Reid wants. He wants all of you veterans to croak. Right? It's easier just to put you in cremate you and just, make you an indigent and, let the state pay for your funeral instead of giving you the VA benefits that you deserve. Matter of fact, and I believe that every veteran of every war from World War II on up to recent should have every single benefit they deserve to be given to them for free. Okay? And look at it this way. Here's a bunch of people in Washington, D.C. telling the veterans that, well, we're not going to help you out because, and they have their reasons, they have their excuses, they have their stupid little games that they play with you veterans. But I also look at it this way. You need to be more vocal. All of you veterans peacefully need to get out and do the right thing. Now, remember last October in Washington, D.C., the veterans' memorials were closed down. Well, a whole bunch of people went there and tore those barriers down and shoved them in the front lawn of the White House, or on the outside wall anyway. And that's what you need to do. Now, I guarantee you, freedom is the key to your expression. In other words, you want to free yourself of the suppression of these idiots in Washington, D.C. And you need to express that vocally, peacefully, and loudly. And you need to get out there and do what you need to do. Now, the question is, how? Well, that's up to you. How are you going to do that? I don't have a game plan for you, folks. You got to create one for yourself. You veterans out there need to get up off your ass and go and start protesting like crazy and get these benefits for free. Period. End of sentence. Oh, and by the way, you need to tell those people up in Washington, D.C., you're not going to go to any foreign country to fight their civil wars for them. You have a country to defend, and that's called the United States of America. Period. And you did not raise your hand and pledge to fight the enemy, foreign or domestic, on somebody else's land. You promised and pledged your support and defense of the Constitution of the United States of America, not Iraq or Iran or Saudi Arabia or anybody else. Right here in America, you need to get up off your ass and go tell these folks this. And that's just the way it is. Anyway, get me fired up on a Wednesday. Come on. This is the Wayne S. Spear Show podcast. I will not have a live show today, obviously. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do a short podcast and I come back with a live one, but not today, folks. You can join me on the Views Expressed live at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on freeamericaradio.us, Spreaker.com, wakingupthemasses.com, or on 1610 AM in the Chickamauga, Georgia area, or on your TuneIn app on your, as Brian Lang would say, very, very smart phone. Yes, Brian Lang, livetruthradio.com, Live Truth Radio on wakingupthemasses.com, 12 noon Pacific, 3 Eastern. Check that show out as well. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Anyway, where do we go from here, folks? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Oh, anyway, they claim that Bush had more blood on his hands, yet Obama has lost more peeps in Afghanistan and Iraq than Bush. The embassies where Americans were lost were suicide bombers, cars. When Benghazi, Obama had a 7-hour window to at least send troops. And that's from rightwingnews.com. I will share that on the Wayne S. Pierce Show and Free America Radio on Facebook. And after I share it on my own personal Facebook page at Reverend Wayne S. Pierce, check that out as well. It's just you'll find the same thing on all those pages. Just go to Free America Radio on Facebook, if you would, please. And that would be the main page for all the news stories that you would like to see. And what else, man? What else? Let's go to the Drudge Report.com to see what's going on. I also, big news. Just a little side note here. A little side note, but it's still important. My thoughts and prayers go out to the family and friends and colleagues of Maya Angelou, who died of an undisclosed illness at the age of 86 today. So please keep her and her family in your prayers. Thank you very much. Here's the oppression you will see in America very, very soon. The Associated Press. Okay? Beijing, China. Louise Watt wrote this article. I'm just going to highlight some of the things here. China cracks down on instant messaging services. China is targeting popular smartphone-based instant messaging services in a month-long campaign to crack down on the spreading of rumors and what it calls infiltration of hostile forces in the latest move restricting online freedom of expression. Let me read that again. Wrap your mind around this and tell me whether or not this is not happening here, okay? China is targeting popular smartphone-based instant messaging services in a month-long campaign to crack down on the spreading of rumors and what it calls infiltration of hostile forces in the latest move restricting online freedom of expression. Such services incorporate social media functions that allow users to post photos and updates to their friends or follow the feeds of companies, social groups, or celebrities, and, more worryingly for the government, the Chinese government, intellectuals, journalists, and activists who comment on politics, law, and society. They also post news reports shunned by mainstream media. Some accounts attract hundreds of thousands of followers. The official Xinhua, I believe that's how you pronounce it, news agency, said the crackdown on people spreading rumors and information related to violence, terrorism, and pornography started Tuesday and would target public accounts on services including WeChat, run by Tencent Holdings Limited, which has surged in popularity in the last 2 years. People can subscribe to feeds from public accounts without first exchanging greeting messages, as must be done with private ones, which typically link friends and acquaintances. Tencent and other companies did not answer calls or immediately respond to email requests for comment. Earlier this year, the ruling Communist Party announced the creation of an internet security group led by President Xi Jinping. Observers say authorities are wary of millions of Chinese with internet access getting ideas that might threaten the Communist Party system. In other words, they want to bring it down. These people want freedom and liberty just as much as people in America do. And this Communist Party is doing everything. They control everything. Every aspect of a person's life they control. Okay, you go to work here, you work for the state, you do this. Yes, you can make a living, but those who are kissing the ass of the Communist Party will get the fancy apartments and not the little 2 rooms or maybe the shack outside of town. It's probably not that bad, but you know what I'm saying. Noting that such services had become popular online communication channels, Xinhua said, quote, some people have used them to distribute illegal and harmful information, seriously undermining public interest and order in cyberspace, unquote. No, they've spread that factual information that the Communist Party sucks. Quote, we will firmly fight against infiltration from hostile forces at home and abroad, unquote. Xinhua quoted a statement from the Cabinet's Internet Information Office as saying, this is China's first major campaign covering mobile phone messaging platforms, said Mark Natkin, managing director of Marbridge Consulting, a Beijing-based internet and mobile research company. The timing of the crackdown suggests it may be a response to discussions about recent deadly attacks in China's western region of Xinjiang, the U.S. indictment of 5 Chinese military officers for cyber spying, or the continuing government campaign against corruption. A communist country fighting against corruption. It's like asking the fox to investigate the deaths of the hens at the hen house. Quote, anytime we see a tenser environment on fronts like those, there tends to be a corresponding clampdown on various communication tools, unquote, he said. The communist government encourages internet use for education and business, but operates an extensive monitoring system. Operators of social media are required to enforce censorship rules against material deemed subversive or obscene. In March, WeChat removed at least 40 accounts with content about political, economic, and legal issues. Web-based microblogs, known in Chinese as Weibo, once enjoyed explosive growth in China but have come under increasing pressure. A new legal interpretation allows the government to jail microbloggers who post false information that has been reposted 500 times or viewed 5,000 times. Now, I give all credit to the Associated Press for this because they are, in some instances, very accurate with their news, very accurate with their information that they present. So from what I've seen in comparison to all the other information coming out of China, considering, in regards to cybersecurity and oppression of people's rights and oppressions of freedom of speech and freedom of expression, this is very accurate because I give all credit to Louise Watt because obviously she's done her homework. So, it's very, very telling when you have a government stepping over the bounds of freedom, the bounds of liberty, to suppress those getting the facts out. And, of course, facts get out anyway. You have people that do it all the time. In China as well as Japan, you've got kids as young as 4 or 5 years old working on computers doing, by the time they're 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, they can hack a computer better than I can, and I don't even know how to do it. So these kids know what they're doing. So when they become teenagers or young adults and they're out there, trying to get the facts to the rest of the world of how bad China truly is under the communist regime that they have, then China does everything they can to stop it by implementing rules and implementing laws that are going to, suppress all of that freedom. And these people in China, from what I gathered in my past research, they want freedom and liberty. They want an American-style freedom and liberty, but they can't do it. They can't do it because the government there has been clamping down on resistance and revolution for hundreds of years. It goes back a long time ago. And, when believe it or not, this is a fact, in the early 70s when Henry Kissinger, former Secretary of State of the United States of America, opened the trading door with China, that was when everything went to hell in a handbasket for America, because we started, borrowing money or, working with China to be able to have a better, from what it was said back then, to have a better, international relations with China and, with a communist country. We're trading with Russia. They're our enemies, dumbasses. Why are we trading with the enemy? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Excuse me? No. The enemy is the enemy. You shut off all trade with your enemy, period. You can, get to the table in a peaceful, discussions and debate over things. Yeah, great. I'm all for that. It's called diplomacy, really. But if that fails, you cut them off and you move on. Do you know why everything is so cheap here in America? Because we get it all from China. Like most of it, about 95 to 97% of all our stuff at Walmart comes from China. Did you know that? Did you know that Apple has a factory in China with suicide nets around the top because people get so pissed off and so stressed out and work so many hours that they just can't handle it anymore? They would rather be free in death than be a slave to a communist system, which is killing them anyway. Okay? So it's just, it's amazing to me how blind people truly are. It's just absolutely amazing to me. Absolutely amazing to me. Hey, folks, I'm going to take a little break. Come join me on the Views Express live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we'll talk more about that article as well as other articles that I will be posting on Free America Radio on Facebook. And look for them. And that's what I'll be talking about today on the Views Express today, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on freeamericaradio.us, wakingupthemasses.com, and 1610 on the AM side of your radio in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. Talk to you in a bit. Be right back. It's no longer a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy fact. The TSA is out on the streets. The FBI is spying on you. And you are in the crosshairs of the New World Order. Come listen to The Views Expressed with your host, Reverend Wayne S. Pierce, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Attending their daughter's wedding in South Africa promised to be a vacation of a lifetime. But first, they had to face the treacherous gauntlet known as modern-day travel. Waiting for them on the other side of the world are an honest-to-goodness safari with amorous lions and elephants with anger issues, a life-affirming visit to a South African school, and an anxious bride and groom standing patiently at the airport with a sign that reads, "What took you so long?" The answers lie within the pages of Please Hold Thumbs, a not-so-round trip to South Africa, a true tale of turbulence and triumph from travel mug Scott Cherney, author of Red Asphalt. Available at Amazon.com in paperback and on the Kindle.
Listen to Angel Clark Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Radio Freedom News Network. RadioFreedom.us.
For all you independent artists, musicians, and filmmakers, there is a place for you. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. This is the Free America Radio Network. For more information, go to freeamericaradio.us or email us at freeamericaradio@usa.com. Are you tired of listening to boring online late-night radio? Then listen to Late Night in the Midlands with your host, Michael Vera, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight Eastern. Go to www.latenightinthe-midlands.com for more information. Get your morning started with the Morning Brew on 92.6 The Blitz. Music from the 60s, 70s, and more. The Blitz 92.6. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. Listen to the Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show, Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, right here on Spreaker.com. See that car in your rearview mirror? The driver wants to kill you. Don't take it personally. You just happen to be in the way. Now, with a gun in one hand and a steering wheel in the other, this distant runner-up in the human race feels empowered for the very first time. At least our boys finally found a purpose in life. Red Asphalt by Scott Cherney. Available at Amazon.com. Hey folks, welcome back. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast for the 28th of May, 2014. Hey, wrapping things up here, I want to tell you to come join me on the Views Expressed live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Free America Radio Network. Yes, and if you want to contribute to the growth of Free America Radio Network, you can go to freeamericaradio.us, scroll on down, you'll see a donate button down there, and you can donate if you can. If you want to advertise for the Wayne S. Pierce Show, you can go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show, click on the sponsors page at the tab at the top, and those prices are chiseled in concrete. And anyway, if you want to help, please do. I would appreciate the support and the continuance of Free America Radio Network and the Wayne S. Pierce Show and the Views Express Live. You can also listen to the Views Express Live on Spreaker.com and WakingUpTheMasses.com and on 1610 AM in the Chickamauga, Georgia area, and on the TuneIn app anywhere in the world on your smartphone. So, come join me. Views Express Live, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Free America Radio Network. And if you want to email me, if you got questions or something you want to share, freeamericaradio@usa.com, freeamericaradio@usa.com. Talk to you later, folks. Have a great, great day.